Hello guys, welcome to Choral Music Matters. I'm your host JK, and today we are privileged to have a very important guest with us. And to the guest now, we go to the guest. Welcome Mwalimu Wasonga.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yes. Karibu sana. It's a pleasure having you in our podcast.
Asante.
And we'd like to know you. Introduce yourself, who you are.
Oh yes. Yes, you have already mentioned one name, Mwalimu Wasonga. I am Mwalimu Thomas Wasonga. Mwalimu Thomas Wasonga is a musician by profession. Mwalimu Wasonga was born almost 65 years ago.
Nice.
Yes.
And the name Mwalimu, ilitokea wapi? How did it come to be?
It is a nickname also. We call it an artist's name. I was named. But by profession also I am a Mwalimu. But the name became universal because of my job, my work of training choirs all over.
Yeah.
And that is when everybody all over was calling me Mwalimu Wasonga up to now.
So it stuck.
Yes.
Up to now.
Yes.
And was music the path you wanted to follow?
No, the music came into my life by chance. Initially, I was not also going to be a teacher. I was doing engineering course.
Yeah.
And later on I became a teacher.
So you studied teaching, education, or you?
No, I just told you I was at Mombasa Technical Institute, which is now Technical University, during those days. And I was doing artisan mechanical engineering. And I did it up to some level by then, and finished that part one. But during those days, you were to be employed immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That is in 1974, 5 there. But after I got a job with a company called Brolo Engineering. It is still there in Mombasa. It is in Mombasa West, near Miritini there. It deals in producing parts of machines.
Mm-hmm.
So I got sick.
Sorry.
So, and I was just abruptly, and I thought it was a joke, but I was down for 2 years being sick. And it is during the course of my recovery is when I was walking around, especially early in the mornings or in the evenings when I go to church. Then the children within the estates where, of course I was living with my brother, my elder brother, Alfred. The children started gathering and then calling me Mwalimu, Mwalimu, Mwalimu. I had never been Mwalimu before. So later on, I discovered that maybe it was a call that God had prepared for me, and I didn't know.
Yeah. So, from what you are telling us, you wanted to be a mechanical engineer.
Yes.
At first.
Yes.
But what I can ask is, what road led to you doing music, and most importantly, choral music?
Oh, yes, I just told you that I got ill. And after sickness is when I was advised by my doctors that I should not now do engineering work because I was a lathe machine operator. And those parts of machine, they rotate all times. And they said, because I was feeling giddiness all through, so they said, no, an accident can be caused. So change your profession And just by chance, like why I have just told you, I went to some office in Mombasa, Ministry of Education office. I passed over and then saw people being registered for teaching, and I registered. Just by the way, I didn't have it as that I didn't know that I was choosing my future permanent profession. So it is when I was selected and joined teacher training school, and that is now where I started now learning music. Initially, I did not even know music, but I was a music interest because I was participating in church choirs.
And were you still training the church choirs, or you are just a choir member?
I was a choir member by then, and singing tenor. And the choir trainers, they were Tanzanians. It was a Catholic church choir in Changamwe. The church is called St. Mary's. And these Tanzanians are very musical, especially church music. And they are the ones who later discovered my talent. Even I did not know, because the lady who was training us church music was called Mrs. Teresia Shauritanga. She was a chaga from Tanzania. She is the one who identified my talent by choosing me. Wherever she is not around, she tells me to take over to conduct the choir. And now, when I was conducting, I saw people becoming interested. And now when she was not there, I was acting as her assistant, although she had an official assistant.
But you are the one chosen by the main director.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they are not there.
Yeah. And how has it shaped your life from when you were sick, going into the teachers training college, in the church choir? How has it shaped your life?
I first went to Kenya Teachers College, and that's where I got very good musicians. Dr. Manani, Mr. Wanyama, and Mr. Ondeng. Those are our lecturers in music. And they are the ones, now I was singing. And then I think that is the start of my creating music. Because one time they challenged us, the main trainer, Dr. Manani. He said that we are going for a music festival, and we are throwing a ball to you students, that you compose songs, and then we'll pick any, not necessarily, but you get our cultural song, a traditional song from your area, so that we can work on music, because they were technical. We are just singers. And then people came up with songs. But Mimi, instead, I composed a song. And when I presented it, he said, "Are you serious? This is from your culture." Then I said, "Yes." I just insisted that it. He said, "No." Then what is your background? From which community do you come? Because this song looks like it is with Kalenjin rhythm, and also it is like Luo, it is like Luya, and although what is this? Although you are singing it in your mother tongue, but originally this seems to be a composed song. I said, no. My grandfather was the one who taught me that, but I even never saw my grandfather because he died a long time ago. So I told them that they just made fun of the song for singing, and we had also a colleague of mine who was very musical. He was called Kanindo, the senior brother of the other one. Yes, Blasto. So he was very musical, and he took that music. Now he started arranging it, and we just sang it. It was not picked for the festival, but they got some authentic songs. But it became a very popular song for just entertainment. I didn't know. Still, I was just in initial. It was just by the way. I didn't know that I'm now becoming a musician. No. Until now, when we finished training, and then I was posted to our local county, that is Siaya, and to a school which I happened to learn when I was in primary. It is called Sigomre. And when I was posted there, that is 1977, I had now interest in music. Because I had acquired knowledge now.
You had gone fully now into music.
Yes. I had interest because now I could do music. Because even when I was in the college, later on, I was elected to be the chairman of the YCS, that is the students, the Catholic students. And I was making music for them. I was training them in music, etc. So when I came, when I was posted to that place, my home place, my first posting in school, 1977, a parish was created. It was a sub-parish, but a parish was created there.
In Siaya now.
Yes, in Siaya. We are bordering the western, because some of even us, we are mixed. Some are Luhia, some are one parent from the other side, the other one from this other side. So I started a choir now, a church choir. And that's now when I started now developing creativity. Because during that time, most of the music, especially the Catholic music, was Latin type, the Western. And you know, the young people like you, they did not enjoy it a lot. Because they wanted something lively, something active. Yes, so I started now composing songs, African rhythms, but with spiritual text. And then I introduced the instrumentals. During that time, the only instrument that could be used was the organ or the piano. But now a new church like that, they didn't have such equipments. So I brought in, because I was coming from Mombasa. I told you I did my high school in Mombasa. So I brought in kayamba, I brought in drums, and the church became very lively, but some of the old people were not amused. They said, these people are coming in with the shaitani music here. So some of them even moved away.
From the church now?
To attend another church which did not have that, which is very long distance away. But later on they came back. So the church became so popular, and the attendance increased so seriously, and now it was recognized by the local administration there, that when they have activities, they call our choir to perform, because we were still singing church music, spiritual music, but with African rhythm and lively. So I continued like that, and in 1978, when the late President Jomo Kenyatta, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta passed on, the late President Daniel Arap Moi took over, and he started traveling all over the Republic. And we were hearing, you know, Mzee was a bit aged, so he was not moving a lot. Yes. So now, you know, the countryside started feeling the taste of a president visiting an area. And he moved so fast. So one time, he was visiting our area. And my church had already been recognized, because I could remember even some local NGOs that were helping the community were coming there, and when they come, we entertained them, and they were even recording us, and they were very pleased with what we are doing. So the local social services during that time. The person who was handling social activities in the division was a social services officer. She was a lady. She came and asked me, Mwalimu, you create very nice spiritual music. Can you also create some patriotic songs?
Now, when was this?
That was in 1978.
Now you are given the challenge to do.
Yes. Well, patriotic music, just as I told you, all this came by chance. They came in accidentally. I didn't intend at all to do even patriotic music. Now I was in the church music, and that is what I was interested in. But then this lady told me, besides that, can you also do patriotic music? Then I asked her, what is patriotic music? Because even I couldn't understand that. I said, patriotic music is a music that is singing about encouraging people about unity, appreciating development, also talking about peace. I said, oh, okay. Then I said, I will try. They said, try, Mwalimu, will come. Because she knew I had a lot of very good music, church music. So I composed my first song, Kenya yetu inchi nzuri. It goes, Kenya yetu inchi nzuri, inchi yako inchi yangu twaipenda daima. Mwito wetu harambe ndugu, tuijenge Kenya, inchi yako inchi yangu twaipenda daima. That was my first patriotic music composition. So when she came to visit us, the lady is still there anyway, but she's very aged now. She's running to 90s. He said, oh, that is wonderful, that's good, that's good. Then I think she forwarded our name to the district, to the division first.
So you composed the song and taught the choir?
Yes, I taught the choir. She came and listened to the song and she was very impressed.
So at that time you had already started doing the arrangements in
church
parts.
music. In church music.
In parts?
Yes, in parts. Okay. In church music, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So she forwarded our name and it was approved, and we were shortlisted to go and entertain the president when he comes, the then president. So, but unfortunately, presidential schedules are very congested. He did not reach up to that level. I heard he went up to Kisumu, but he did not reach our place. So we just continued with our own things. That song was, I just taught it and then we left it that way. Then again, after I think about 6 months or something, that's now 1979. Again, information came that he was coming again to visit the region, and he will visit all the districts around. And the lady came and then told me, hey, now this time, first of all, now they came even with the DO, district, now they call them sub-county, but he was the district officer. He said, no, this choir, we must get it, because it's a good choir. And they told me, rehearse that song, that other song, plus those are the songs that you have. They did not tell me to create another song. They told me to rehearse that one. Because in the presidential functions, you only sing one song. Unless now the president says, ongeza is, then you add in another one. So now I just felt, because I saw people were very impressed with the first song. They said, can I create something? But now, the name Moi had started now ringing all over Kenya. What type of a person is this? Now and then he was preaching peace, development, and I see during that time TV, television sets were very few. So just radios. And all radios, you hear he's in this place, and he was talking of unity. We want Kenya to be like this and that and that and that. Oh, so this thing was inspiring me, and I didn't know. Then I just thought, can I make a song? Because now the president is coming. Can I sing about this president? Yes, and that is when I composed the song Tawala Kenya, Tawala, Tawala Kenya, Tawala, Tawala Kenya, Tawala, Rais Boy, Tawala Kenya, Tawala. That is in 1979. So I trained the choir. When these people came next time, they were even more surprised.
Yeah.
They said, hey, this is the right choir. I rehearsed the song very well. The day came, we were told to gather somewhere. There was a vehicle coming to pick us to the district headquarters so that we can go and sing. We waited until 1. No vehicle came. Then information came towards 1 that he is not coming. The journey has been changed. So that one went like that. I continued with my church choir. But because I wanted to enhance or to improve my level of education during that time, because initially I was a very intelligent young person. When I was in class from standard 1 on, I was just number one. So, but then I couldn't go on up to university during that time because of fees. My parents could not afford fees. So it was only when my elder brother got a job in Mombasa is when I went even to continue with secondary school. Even I stayed 2 years before I joined high school, and I was the top student somewhere there.
In your primary or
in primary, from primary. During that time, they didn't call it primary. We had primary and intermediate, which means from standard 1 to 4, that is primary, and then was 5 to 8, that is intermediate. Yes, so it is just primary at the moment. So I wanted to upgrade my level, and I couldn't interrupt it because I had my siblings following me, the sisters, and now because now I was working, I wanted to educate them. And now if I leave my job, it means I cannot educate them. But if I go to town, because I was there when I was in high school and I was attending libraries, I knew there were some institutions that were offering evening classes, and I can progress with up to any level I want. So I asked for transfer, and in 1980 I went to Mombasa, back again to Mombasa.
Oh, after now?
Yeah.
From
my local area, yeah. yes, from my county, yes. So I went to Mombasa. Now when I went to Mombasa in 1980, I stayed there. I just went back and joined my old church that I was attending when I was a student, and continued singing, and now again in a different level, because now that lady was still the choir mistress there,
the
Teresia. And his assistant, Peter Komba, had gone back to Tanzania. So she made me now her assistant. So I continued training the church choir and singing. And during weekends, we are in the church. During working days, I go to school. I was there 1980.
University or?
No, primary. But I am studying. I'm doing private studies. Yes, but you know the church is composed of everybody. Yes, not any level. So the church choir members are mixed. So I continued training the church choir, and then in 1982, just after the coup attempt, there are some people. No, I think it was 1981, before the coup. There are some teachers who were also in my district when I was teaching there, and they had known me participating in church music with my choir, and it was winning. And they also had my composition. That's almost 4 years back. Yes. So they were talking of starting a teacher's choir in Mombasa. And they started a choir. They called me to join them. I was reluctant because I was not interested in those other. I was interested in the church music. They said, Mwalimu, come. So at the end I went, there were ladies. I went and we started a choir, teacher's choir. That one was a mix of secondary and primary school teachers choir. So I started now. There were talented teachers who are now creating music for the choir. I created music for the choir. We composed. I taught them these songs that I composed some time ago. Oh, and they were carried away with the songs. And now they said, hey, this is a good musician. So I was not even the main choir master of that particular group.
Where was this group based in?
In Mombasa, in Mombasa town. Yes, the education office gave us a place to rehearse, and a hall. We were just gathering from all over parts of Mombasa once every week, and we train ourselves. So the choir, the education officer by then identified and said, hey, this our teacher's choir is very good, because they usually sit in the committee of the provincial celebrations. They said, even our teachers have a choir. Next time when we have a national day, we want also to present our choir. Then they said, teachers have a choir. Yeah. They knew children's choir, but not the teacher. So they came with some senior of the DC, etc., to see our choir training. Yeah, they were very happy. So they said, okay, this choir is going to sing. So we went to sing. It was a Madaraka Day, I can remember, 1981. And we sang at the stadium. No, it was 1982. 82 before the coup. Madaraka Day, before the coup. So we sang at the stadium, and people were carried away. And they said, once again, the choir sang 3 times. So we were now identified as one of the good choirs within the province. So they said, now the provincial commissioner himself, he was called Luka Galgalo by then. Now you call them regional commissioners. So he said, this choir, when His Excellency the President comes, we will have it. But then a coup attempt was there, and that year was interrupted seriously. That is 1982. So we went to 1983, but we are continuing now rehearsing and creating music. So early in 1983 now, Kenya came back. And that's now when music now became very, very prominent. Because kumbe the Kenyans did not like that interruption. So now all over Kenya people were creating patriotic music that promotes national unity and peace. So the president came to Mombasa, and our choir was shortlisted to sing. He was coming to open the show, the agricultural show. And that is in August. The Mombasa one is usually done in August, at the end of August. But again, he was going to Mombasa or Nakuru. He was going to those places during year end. There are very prominent celebration to end the year, and we get choirs from all over the country, and cultural dances and poets, etc. So he came, and now during his time, he was also checking at development projects. So he went to open, I think it was the Kenya pipeline. This one that you see here that is carrying fuel up to Western Kenya. It was still being built in Mombasa. It had not extended up to this, so he wanted to launch it. So we went there, and then again he was opening Bima Towers, a big house there in Mombasa. So, tunasonga mbele watu wote wa Jamhuri yetu Kenya. Tunasonga mbele watu wote wa Jamhuri yetu Kenya. Haya sisi sote wananchi tushangilie.